Hello! Last week and this week we have been reflecting on Matthew's Gospel, chapter 13. And in that chapter 13, which I love, because there are so many parables about the kingdom. We heard the parable about the sower, then we heard the parable of the weeds, the darnel, and the wheat. We heard the parable of the mustard seed. We heard the parable of the yeast. And now this week we are hearing two additional parables. Today we are reflecting on the kingdom of heaven is like a treasure buried in a field, which a person finds and hides again, and out of joy goes and sells all that he has and buys that field. And I find that is such a wonderful parable. And I think the key to it is sells everything and go and buys that field. I believe a big part of it is finding our purpose, our vocation in life. And I believe our vocation gradually unfolds as we grow older. I can say that piece by piece, I believe my entire vocation was being unfolded within me. It was like the mustard seed growing within me. That at one point in time, I was a young man going to college, studying, and then I got married and I was bringing up children. And now I'm still married, still bringing up children, still trying to form a home. But also being in ministry with Sandy, and also now being as part of the diaconate program and being a deacon. So it is like that mustard seed within me has been growing and growing and blossoming. So I believe in all of our lives, our vocation unfolds. But that unfolding of our vocation is like a treasure. It's a treasure hidden in a field in our lives. And each of us must be looking for that treasure. What is my vocation? What is my purpose? Why am I here? And as I said, I believe that takes an entire lifetime. You're searching and you're searching in hidden fields, but once you discover your vocation as it is unfolding, that line, the man sells everything he owns and goes and buys that field, and he has that treasure. So that is what I believe, that we all have to be searching for that vocation, that treasure that is hidden in our field. And that treasure is in a way like a mustard seed, and it is growing and unfolding as we grow older. And it is only later on in the second half of our life that we really understand our vocation, and it reaches its full maturity of a tree so that the birds of the air can come and make their nest in its branches. It's such a wonderful thing to be reflecting on these parables in chapter 13 of Matthew, that I really would like to encourage you to stay with them, go through the parables, and most of all, as we reflect today on the parable of that treasure hidden in the field, I want to ask you to ask yourself, where is my treasure that is hidden in the field? What is my vocation? What is my calling? What is my purpose in life? Why am I put here? And what is my role in the unfolding of the kingdom? I look forward to sharing and reflecting with you this week, and I hope you will take the time to sit alone and reflect and contemplate upon these words and these parables, taking last week's parables and this week's parables, take all of the parables and go through them one by one as you go through your duties, you're washing dishes, and you're thinking about your parables. Thank you for being a subscriber, and please encourage others, as I would really like to grow the subscriber list so that I can fulfill my treasure, of growing my treasure in making sure that I'm a better evangelist and I can reach more persons. So please do help me to share and help me to get others to subscribe to the newsletter. And if it is that you can afford to, I also want paid subscribers so that they can finance the growth of the newsletter. So thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you.